and welcome to Gunpla Reviews, where it is myself versus my shelf. Over 200 model kits and increasing queue of reviews to do. Today's challenger to finalize Accidental Ninja Month is the Master Grade GF13 021 Neo Germany Gundam Speigel Neo Germany Mobile Fighter, the Master Grade from the year of our Bandai Lords, 2002. Unfortunately, I have to begin this review with sad news, as I took him off the shelf for the first time in many years. This is one of the side skirts. It didn't break, but the butt flap has snapped off. I will show you back here where the pegs have stuck into the back, and it should go together like so. But I don't know, I guess age, I might try to get me a replacement one of these days, because I don't like having broken things, and it wouldn't hurt to build me a new one much better, because I'm seeing 10,000 nubs. But I digress. Let us go forward and try to remain positive during the unfortunate standing of Swordsburg. Let's start briefly. I'm going to cover the very few stickers that it has, which are traditionally up here in the eyes. You have a head camera, and with the cord lander out of the way, which does come out, we have one camera here in the back. We're going to leave this chest open for a bit, just for now. The cord lander also has a tiny little Schwarzbrüder in there. Goes up and down as it is supposed to for the sake of entry, as do these boosters, because that's how I do. Corlander aside. Stand there, good sir, while we cover the ancient text of the manual. Our front page covers the Gundam Speigel itself, as well as where the many decals would go, but I don't think I have most of them. The only ones that I know that I do have are these here, which are labels that say Shadow Gundam, Neo Germany, Schwarzbrüder, and even Speigel. So you have both languages in there. Oops. Over here we have our list of runners, and noting that you will, in fact, need a screwdriver. I don't know what the X part means. I guess a different size screwdriver. You don't want a tiny one, you want a strong one. Over here we have assembly that begins in the arms. We continue the arms here, one by one. Then we start on the feet. Before we get into information about the series, the Gundam Fight International Treaty, various rules, how the mobile trace system works, the head area and how it is important to the tactics. We have our centerfold, Schwarz, and a fully painted figurine. Domon and Speigel battling it out with Grumpy Rain in the back. Fighting action pose. This is a Master Grade with an inner skeleton. And of course, detail and painting for both your Schwarz and your Rain Mikamura figures. It continues over into the legs here, before filling out more space about the Corlander, the Speigel blades, and some details about Schwarz and Rain at that one episode where she was turncoat. We finish up the leg, move on to the torso, front skirts, chest and back skirts. That's the part that broke. And finally, last assembly. And then assembly of the figurines. And various poses, alternate hands, and how to put blades in hands. I'm still so sad about this thing. I'm sure I can glue it back together, but now is just not the actual time for that. So, proceed forward, try to stay positive. And talk of articulation. As is tradition, your arm gets a nice 360 rotation. Your shoulder armor has its own wobbling, so that your arm will go up only that high. That's surprisingly unfortunate. At the elbow, we get full double joint. This also has full rotation articulation, as well as a handle here. The hands are all different depending on which hand you have in place. Let me stand you here. This flat hand is a simple peg, whereas the many other hands, all ABS rubber, are balls. So here's an open hand, ball joint, the other open hand, the solid closed fist, and the slightly open fists, for which we will insert Speigel blade into the back of the hand and slowly, carefully slide that in. Over here at the chest, there's a little bit of flex here for the sake of the chest, because normally you can't fold your arms across the chest because it's too solid. They're buffed out too far. But with this little tuck, it squeezes in just right so you can get that full fold that we'd seen at the beginning. And I don't believe, let me pull forward and investigate. I do not believe that it does not seem that this will pull down and open. Let's investigate the manual. I'm sorry, you will lay there. It's supposed to, I see. This is supposed to come up. Ah, yes, there it goes. And this comes down. There we go. Open cockpit hatch. Very curious that it does that way, but sure. Please stand up. That is an issue that it has, is if you don't have the top piece set just right, it's super easy to collapse the chest in, which we're going to keep doing over and over. So with arms out of way, at the waist, you get this much rotation, but you do get some back flex and some forward. Now, it may be that because the back skirt's not there, we have more flex than we're supposed to. I can't say if that's good or bad because broken parts. Front skirts will flip up. Side skirts go this high. The back skirt was supposed to flap, as you can see according to this hinge here, but so with that we have full kick forward, double bend at the knee, ankle articulation, toe bend. Very much good side to side there. And the usual ankle armor. And there we go. Now you look a silly. So let's bring you around so you look a little less silly. Excellent. You look slightly less doofy doing that. Now, as for some extra features that it comes with besides the collapsing chest, we have two different V-fins. Presently in is a much softer, more flexible more, I guess, play-friendly V-fin. But of course it also comes with a more solid, traditional V-fin. You have all the previously seen hands, which one of them has fallen. And you have your figure of Schwarzbrüder, whose little dually bop has fallen out of the back of his head. Unpainted, as is not my nature to do so. As well as a rain figure with both a face that has the mask on, and alternatively the mask that is off. And of course your hair likes to pop off because of the way that you have to put it in there. I don't like it when there's a seam line in these things. It bothers me. Both stand at about knee height on Speigel, so they are absolutely of a different scale. She doesn't want to stand on a tablecloth, nor does he, so you will lean there. Excellent. We already talked about the Corlander, and of course because I kept them, there are a few. Let me get this separated. There's the extra poly caps, and then there's a few extra screws that I think it was just there's a pack that gets packaged within a kit and it only needed so many of certain ones. I kept them just in case of things, unless some of those screws actually go to the action base that I usually have them on. Blah. I'm so upset that I broke a piece of my model kit right before the review. Why couldn't it happen afterward? I'm so sad now. But to complete this review and give it a grade, ZEON says, fund it. For a 2002 Master Grade, it is still incredibly flexible and sturdy, save for my manhandling. However, its age is going to be a sign of rarity and probably a sign of cost, as is the nature of things. There might have been a reprint when they went through and did all of the no grades. Could be. I might be able to find me one and replace him. Nice and clean. As you can see, you can see those nubs right there. Right there on the ankle. Right here. So this was built way before I was even sanding. I was like straight building with a razor blade and nail clippers, like a mega chump, mega scrub. Super beginner, but everyone has to start somewhere. I still say, if you are a fan of G Gundam and the Shadow Gundam, get you one. Buy this. Boy, he's great. I thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned for more giant robot reviews. Coming soon, a completely different show. Not even Gundam, but just an old model kit. If you like, hit that button please. Share it where you want. Subscribe it. And stay tuned for more giant robot antics. And as always, SIEG ZEON.